a practical note. We're now kind of like in a full Caribbean room, which is also like a war room configuration. And I'm kind of like, trying to just refresh kind of like the roll, to re-roll the various canvases. I have like more than 100. Mostly they will be placed in this suitcase, but it cannot contain everything, so some will be placed in like bags, like nylon bags, not many. So a practical note, as I said, I changed my agenda recently from the plea to be rescued. To rescue from the Nazi prison in Israel, me and my daughters. This was my agenda for like 4 years or 3 years. And I changed it, because I said that I want to live right here, like right where I am. And that everybody else should go. And to start a new state right here. In the radioactive swamp of formerly the state of Israel. But, I am grounded, I accept reality, and that, not current reality, but I accept causes of, pathways of, I would say, things to come, especially since it seems that this war is not advancing towards, like, as I said in the previous video, there is a smell of catastrophe in the air. Not certainly that it will materialize, and humans have free choice, free will, but that's the smell. And of course, much of it is related to the secret, to the secret layer of the war, which is so wide. And the fact, of course, I remember I spoke about it in another video, even though you don't need me to speak about it because it's so obvious, but I haven't spoken about it, I've never spoken about it in one dedicated video, even though it's very, very important, but because I honestly, I think it's like obvious, but maybe it should be said just, it should be stated clearly, just for documentation reasons, for the future to come, because we don't know our future generations what will be their background. Maybe for them it will not be obvious, but it should. So I will conduct a video maybe today or maybe tomorrow on the subject of the complete and utter failure of democracy and the hoax of democracy. As it manifested by the continuous subjugation of the Titans, and especially as it is seen now in this war, where a country like Israel is going to cease to exist, and most people like in Israel wouldn't even know why at all, would not have any idea, not a shred of an idea like what's going on, at all. Is that a democracy? It's not only a failure of democracy, it's a failure of of many faculties of human thought, like history. It's kind of like it's a failure of historiography. Because obviously, when these things like that happen, people start to think, but yeah, so maybe other events like throughout the 20th century were the secret layer that related to the Titan exploitation, like the kind of a subversive history of the 20th century, something like Forrest Gump, but with like Titan, aliens, like good-looking aliens, something like that, which is probably true to some extent, I should say, but what's important is that this is a possibility, and you don't even know if it's true or not, which puts kind of the whole historiography of the 20th century in a huge question mark regarding the actual. Some people, at some point thought that I'm going to be to give them such such an history, the same way that I've kind of rewrote part of Israeli history, with regards to the Titans. And because they might find it interesting, even if it's if it wouldn't be completely founded, just for curiosity. Again, like Forrest Gump. But I should say that initially my thought that was just the other way around. It happens a lot in kind of exchange between people that is done under intelligence pretext, that both sides they come with expectation that the other side will be the one that supplied the information, and because communication is so limited and ambiguous, many times they kind of it's approaching the wedding as parents of the two sides, only to discover that, I mean, both, like, I mean, have, like, male son, like, and nobody is actually have a female. It's like, I mean, you're completely, I mean, because, I mean, so it happens a lot. Like, I mean, so I thought that maybe you will be actually the one that tells me about, like, the true history of the 20th century. But later I understood that not only that there is no chance that it will happen because you don't do such a thing, you don't give information, but also because none of you have any idea at all. You don't know anything. You don't know nothing. Like, I mean, you absolutely know nothing. Nothing at all. So, I mean, it was ridiculous. Anyway, I should discuss this in a separate video. Again, failure of democracy, failure of historiography, and failure of political science. There would be, I mean, it might be possible that in the, like, I mean, as an outcome of this war, I will need to be evacuated from this place. It's a possibility, and I'm not blinded to it. Of course, I wish, I mean, my greatest sorrow is that I'm not with my daughters, and I cannot, like, I mean, no. A father's wish is in such time will be to be, like, near his daughters, to protect them, and to be, like, I mean, like a source of, like, you know, guidance and comfort to them. But this is not, I mean, this is my life. This is part of the state terrorism. Of course, if I need to be evacuated, my main concern would be the safe evacuation of my daughters from any, I mean, no, dangerous zone. Now, regarding myself, I have nothing, like, in my possession. Like, I mean, the only thing that I mean, worth something for me are my artworks. And even then, they are not, like, I mean, of primal, like, I mean, no, they are not incredibly important. Nothing is, besides my daughter, is incredibly important for me, and my own body, like, I mean, nothing, I mean, besides, like, you know, my body and my two daughters, I mean, I have nothing that is of very, like, extremely high importance at all. The containers worth billions, and of course, I mean, if I'm to be evacuated, I wish that they will be brought with me, but maybe it will not be an option, and I mean, the billions will be left here. I mean, maybe, I don't know. And the paintings, I mean, mostly they are rolled or will be rolled very soon, like now, and be placed in one suitcase and a couple of, like, bags, because I mean, not everything fits into the suitcase, and this is about the only thing that I actually need. I have no valuables at all. I have zero, actually, I have zero money, zero property, zero. I mean, what's inside this room is mostly, I mean, the containers that are very valuable, and all sorts of, like, I mean, laboratory equipment, which was zero, and all sorts of, like, I mean, painting and art equipment, which was, I mean, negligible. Not just, I mean, paints and solvents, nothing special. And I have no books. I have, like, I mean, everything is kind of, like, I mean, that I had, like, it was left in a storage in Holland. I don't even know how to reach it. And there is nothing incredibly important over there. Most of the photographs of my daughters are, I mean, the great 99% is, like, in Google Photos. And I have, like, one album that I keep with me, sometimes for symbolic reasons, like today that I went outside with it because I knew that they're going to be like an attack. But that's it. And I should say again, I mean, the Israelis, they like to disseminate all sorts of, like, I mean, ridiculous ideas and lies regarding, you know, the kind of, like, I mean, the limitations of the Titans with regards to all sorts of, like, physical activities. So first of all, I'm not a Titan. Second, my daughters are arguably, I mean, it's a question, but it's not an important question. Probably they are Titans, but I mean, it's not very important. I should just say the following, but they were born in Earth, and they are the people of the Earth. I should just say the following. If I had any kind of, like, physical limitation, me or my daughters, and I know my daughters very well, I mean, they were born with me since they were born, until, like, last year. If me or my daughters had any limitations, physical limitations, I would have spelled it out to you very clearly. I wouldn't, like, keep it as a secret. So no, I have no problems with watching the sea, like, from a boat, inside a boat, from a plane, from an helicopter, from a zeppelin, from, like, a space shuttle, from a space station, from a Caribbean, like, war starship, from a Caribbean cruiser, from a Caribbean, like, I mean, mothership, I mean, from, like, I mean, a tank, a jeep, a camel, a horse. My daughters perhaps, arguably still in the age to ride the llama. I have no problems with motorcycles, motorcycle with a boat, like catamaran in sea, or or like ship of the line, like with cannons in sea, like submarine of any kind, air glider, any kind of airplane, like B-52s, bombers, like F-35, like stealth fighters. No problem at all. Don't even start. Don't go this way. Please, and don't speak with Israelis at all. No speech is required. Just cut the lunacy. Cut the lunacy. Cut the craziness. Thank you very much.